Hi everyone, I'm Rachel Tessman from StampYourArtOut.com, and today is another paper crafting class, a live one on Facebook. If you're watching this at a later time, you may be responding and think that I'm there, but because I'm recording it live and I'm going to post it to my YouTube channel, you may also be watching it at a later time. You feel free to comment though, because I will respond if you comment at a later time. Thanks for joining. So, okay, today I'm very excited. I am so into paper pumpkin kits, I can't even tell you. This is one of my favorite Stampin' Up! Products. This is the way the box looks when you get it, and you get it in the mail, straight to your mailbox each month, and inside are lots and lots of goodies. This one does not have anything in it, because I've already unpacked it. But let's see here, let me show the box to you here. And let's just do picture in picture so you can see. So yes, there's nothing inside my box right now, but I'm so excited to show you what came in the May kit. I don't have all the pieces right in front of me because I started creating with them and they're all kind of disassembled and all over the place, but I am going to show you parts and pieces. Hey, looks like Donna's with us and Shannon from Florida. Oh, it's so good to see you guys, at least see your comments. All right, so let's set that box aside and let's pull out. Now, keep in mind, if you don't want sneak peeks because you don't have your kit yet, if you're a subscriber and you don't want to see this, you should not be watching this right now. But the rest of us that love to see things right when the first person gets it, yeah. So here is the kit little flyer, the direction sheet that you get with it. So you can see on here all the lovely cards, and these are masculine cards. You can do Father's Day cards with them because they do have a Father's Day image for the stamps, but it's also very versatile. You can do anniversary, birthday, thank you cards. Let me show you the stamp set that comes with it. So if I put it against my hand, you can probably see it pretty well. Look at all of those words. It's just amazing. There's a whole bunch of them. So fun, 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 fun. I know, you know what, mine usually comes late too, but I was very excited that mine came already. So I'm so excited. So these are the cards in, well, not really in person, but more up front that you get to make with them. This one is my favorite. I love, love, love this one. My parents have a lake place, a cabin on the lake, and so this just makes me feel like I'm up north in northern Minnesota enjoying the wonderful scene that's out the cabin window. Lots of layers to this. This is a laser cut little detailed tree line, and then of course you see water and some mountains in the back, which we don't have in Minnesota, but at least not where I live. And then of course the beautiful muted soft seafoam color in the background here. And then on this card, this one I'm going to spice up just a little bit for you during the broadcast, so that's the first one we're going to do. I just think it needs a little more. But look at the fun fold on it. So it opens this way, and it kind of overlaps like that. And so again, very masculine, handsome cards. We don't have enough masculine supplies out there, I think, and so when we can get them, it's awesome because we give guys cards too, right? Or females that love the masculine look too. I mean, hello, there's a lot of us out there. So let me show you the supplies. We have the very muted soft seafoam color here for a card base. This is how you get that one card that's my favorite. You use these supplies here to make it, and these are little sticker sheets that just layer up onto each other. So you put this one down first, and then this one goes on top of that, and then of course the lake, and then you put the little laser cut tree line on there, and that gets popped up on dimensional, so it's not a sticker, but look how detailed that is. Is that amazing? I just love it. Okay, so let me show you the supplies for the other card. And that one is very simple. We have this piece here, and we have this piece and this piece. Now, if you have never stamped before, I'm going to show you how to put photopolymer stamps onto clear blocks. I'm going to show you the whole process. So if you're new to it, you're welcome here. We would love to help you. With your first paper pumpkin kit that you ever get, you do get a clear block. So you can use this block to mount your stamps and use your stamps over and over again, okay? I know, Shannon, I just saw your comment. Yes, isn't that fun? I like to match my kits. My fingernails, she mentioned. Okay, with this kit you also get some adhesives. You get the necessary adhesives that you need, but because this one for my alternate projects needs a few more things. I'm going to bring in some extra supplies. So you get the clear block, you also get an ink pad, and you get everything you basically need except a scissors. So what extra supplies am I going to use? I'm going to use, of course, my paper snips. I always have two with me, one for cutting ribbon or twine or whatever, and one for cutting paper. And then I usually have my snail too, because I like to put adhesive on quickly. So that is the recommended adhesive that I have for you. I like to also use these tools, the paper trimmer and the bone folder. Plus, in addition to those things, I like to use my ergonomic blocks because they come in different sizes. You can get those in the online store. And then I like to use the larger stamp pad. So these two items here, I usually just set aside. I use that for when I travel. Those little ink spots are great for the Stamparatus too. For our first project, I am going to bring in a stapler, and I'm going to bring in, I don't know, a gift card of some sort. I just have a few of them that I've hung on to over the years just because they coordinate with my cards. And then I'm going to show you how to just add a strip of cardstock to really make this card liven up a bit more. Let's first go to the computer so that you can see the supplies. Oops, that's the wrong one. Hang on, that's my script. Okay, so here are the supplies. You know what, I'm having like these technical difficulties today. I discovered that earlier on when we were broadcasting to my team, and so I'm a little nervous today about using my technology. And of course, I screwed it up right when we switched to the computer. These are the supplies that you will need for the paper pumpkin alternates that I'm going to make for you today. And these are the extra things that I'm going to use. And then, of course, your cut pieces. So I'm going to do 2 cards and possibly a third project. And we're going to get them done very quickly because they're super, super easy, okay? So go ahead and take a screenshot of that. And then we're going to switch back over to the table so that you can see how I'm going to put together the first very, very simple card. Here we go. All right, so let's take this card base and we're going to accent it. So my recommendation, and that's what I put in the supply list, is just a strip of Mossy Meadow cardstock. And you would just adhere that underneath like that to give it a little bit of oomph. Now you could use any other coordinating colors. The back of your little flyer that you get when you get these kits lists coordinating Stampin' Up! Colors on it. Here, I'll bring it up a little higher so you can see. So you can see that we have crumb cake, gray granite, mint macaron, mossy meadow, Sahara sand, soft seafoam. So these are just a few coordinating colors, plus I have early espresso and basic black, which are great neutrals to add to anything really. The basic black really makes that stand out, and so does the early espresso. But I'm going to go ahead and use Mossy Meadow, okay? So let's go ahead and just add this. I cut a 3/4 inch by 4 1/4 inch strip so that I have enough room to add a little strip of snail here. And then we'll just slide that under the top layer of that card like this, just so you see a peek of it. And I think it just makes it really stand out a lot. Now if you have any excess sticking out at the end, just take your scissors, because oops, I do, and just snip it off. There we go. Then let's take in the badge little shape here, and let's grab some stamps. So these are our stamps. These are photopolymer stamps, and we're just going to go ahead and grab the ones that are very general. That way I can use them for whatever whatever I want in the future. It could be for my dad. It could be for could be for my mom. So let's go ahead and mount them. And I keep my stamps on the table upside down, and then I just press my block on them, because that way you don't have to worry about them getting curved, because you actually can curve these stamps if you want to curve them. So let's go ahead and just, again, lay it down and pick it up. Then we open up our new Mossy Meadow pad. We just lift. We don't have to do any kind of pushing forward or anything. It's just a lift to open them up. Let's see if we can find space on the table for them here. Okay, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay the banner piece across the badge piece. And if you want to, you can use grid paper or whatever to make sure things are lined up. And we're going to go ahead and just tap, tap, tap. You don't have to press hard on these pads. These are very squishy pads that Stampin' Up! Has, so you don't have to press hard at all. And we'll just go ahead and see if we can do this without going straight over. There's our happy. Again, tap, tap, tap. This will go on the banner piece, so we can actually pull that closer to me so I can see it better. Birthday. Line that back up again. And here's the to you. Tap, tap, tap. Those of us that are demonstrators, we know that the tap, tap, tap is very important because it always happens. In every class, you always have somebody who's pressing too hard, and it's just, you know, it's because they're not using the new pads all the time. They probably have the older style pads, and so they're used to those. Now we're going to turn this over, so you just have to keep reminding people, kindly. Remind them kindly. And we'll use our bone folder, give it a good crease, and we're going to turn it this way and give it a good crease. Now there are 2 creases on this banner piece. I don't know if you can see that, but yep, now you can a little bit. There is a crease, and then like 1/8 of an inch away is another crease. So you have to go in there and give it a good little tuck there as well, and then flatten it down again and crease again, okay? That way you can get that banner to look like it's popping out at you, like 3D-ish, right? So this goes on with dimensionals from the kit, and we're just gonna do another little change. You're gonna love this. I like to change things up just ever so slightly so that you really can do things different with your kit. You don't have to have them as is. I'm not even reading comments, you guys. All of a sudden I realized I need to look up and read your comments. Oh, thanks, Susan. I'm glad that you enjoyed that tip. And yes, Darlene, the new pads are great. You can actually order the new pads, even if you're not a demonstrator. We now have the 5 new in colors available to order early for anybody. So if you want to, you can, oh, look at my 2U is a little crooked. That is because I did not look straight over the top of my stamping when I did it. Oh well, what do you do? So we're just doing this a little bit differently. We're gonna make it go horizontal. Horizontally. That's an adverb, Rachel, horizontally. And then this piece goes right on top like that. And you can put a little adhesive under the ends of these if you want to, but you can also just leave it as is. Then I have even more. So yeah, quick, cute alternate, right? But now we bring in the stapler, because this is the time of year where you could turn this into like a congratulations or graduation or some kind of card like that. Lots of people are celebrating all kinds of things. So you just staple as high up as you can so you don't see that little silver there. Or you can make this come out a little further if your staple is a little bit longer. And then you just tuck in your money. Now money would really coordinate well with this card, but I didn't have any cash except for a $5 bill, and I thought that sounded cheap. So we're gonna put like a little fun restaurant card in there. Oh gosh, let's just put a bunch of cards in there. There, now I'm not cheap. That's a really nice birthday present, right? So happy birthday to you. That's our first alternate card. Super simple, super easy, but just a slight change from this one, right? Okay, now we're gonna do something, let's see here, let me find the pieces. Now I wanna talk about coordinating products really quick before I move on to the next project. So on the back, again, it talks about the different colors, but when you look at the pieces that come in the kit, you'll notice that there's wood grain images in there. There's, of course, the colors, there's shapes, there's things like that that also coordinate with lots of different Stampin' Up! Product. So let's see here. Gotta do this. There we go. So make sure that you go to stampyourartout.com if you do not have a demonstrator and click on shop so you can see all different kinds of products that are out there. This is one of our papers. In fact, it's the only designer paper that is carrying over into the new catalog, current papers I should say. We have lots of new ones coming, but look at all of these beautiful wood grain designs. So this would be a great product to add to your kit if you want to make that kit go further. Also, of course, coordinating colors. Let me grab a couple of them. So I'm going to be using Crumb Cake and Mossy Meadow on this card. And then I'm also going to bring in some dies. These are not available to you yet unless you're a demonstrator. This is our Nature's Roots dies. I'm in love with this set of dies. I think it's so striking. And so I actually die cut already for you using the Big Shot tool, one of these trees here. So I'm gonna have that on the card. And then I wanna introduce you to a product that I think all Paper Pumpkin people should have. And that is a set of note cards and envelopes, whether it's in the Very Vanilla or the Whisper White. Now we used to carry it in Crumb Cake, and I'll show you how to get Crumb Cake. Oh, that's a different envelope. I'll show you how to get Crumb Cake note cards very easily right now. So of course, Whisper White, Very Vanilla, and then you bring in your trimmer and you cut your own crumb cake. So the note card size is 5 inches by 7 inches. So we gotta extend the arm out here. I love this trimmer. So we'll cut it 7 inches. This is the size of a note card that is opened up. Grab that so you can see. There we go. See, now we just have to score down the middle, and half of 7 inches is 3.5. So let's go ahead and score at 3.5. We have our card base ready. What I also did ahead of time is I trimmed down an envelope. So this is one of the envelopes from the kit. Did I show you the pretty envelopes? Oh my gosh, I did not. These are the pretty envelopes that come with the kit. So I took this one and I opened it up just by peeling along this seam here. I opened it up and I cut out a piece that would layer onto the note card. So here you can see where it got cut. See that? So that's where I took it from, so I could have this bigger piece for something else later on. All right, so now I have that piece. I have my note card size card that will work with either my vanilla or my Whisper White envelope. I have my tree that I already cut with my die cutting machine and those dies. And then I'm also gonna bring in some twine. So this one's using a lot of extra product, but I want you to know that when you're done assembling all of your cards as is, you still have your stamps. You can use your stamps continually forever and ever and ever, right? So let's go ahead and make a card. Now, of course, you're going to use up your envelopes, but you have that beautiful wood textures paper that you can use instead of just the envelopes. So let's go ahead and add this to the front of our card, just like this. I am so bad at reading comments. Right now, I just realized again that I am not even looking at your comments. I'm so sorry. Okay, and then we can go ahead and adhere this with snail, but I think I want to pop it up. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add dimensionals. And let's trim one down so that we can even get the trunk of the tree on there pretty sturdy. Like that. Ah, it's stuck to my fingernail. All right, so now that we've got our tree, the last step is to add some twine. I'm going to set this aside for a minute because we don't want to add this quite yet, but we have it all ready to go. Let's take our twine and find the beginning of it. That's always fun. I think I found the end of it. There we go. So what I do when I use ribbon is I just pull out a length of it. I don't actually cut it off yet, just in case I'm going to be, needing less or more or whatever. And I wind like this, and then I cut. I hope that some of you do that too, because that will save you on a lot of wasted ribbon. So then you just take, after you've wound it about 3 times, you tie it into a knot. And everybody can do a knot, I hope. Mossy Meadow is a very pretty color, isn't it, Christy? Thank you for joining me, by the way, you guys. I forgot to mention that if you are joining me and you are commenting or you're sharing and letting me know that you're sharing by writing shared in the comments, you can get entered into the prize drawing. So make sure that you're doing that, because there are 2 prizes at the end that I draw for every single time. All right, let's go ahead and tie that little bow. It's much easier to tie a bow after you have tied a knot. especially with twine. Twine is so small, so hard to deal with. So let's do a little angle here. And then we'll take our tree and we'll stick it off to the side so that we don't have the adhesive going over the twine, because we still want to be able to move our twine. So let's stick that on here like that, making sure that the trunk of the tree is going straight up and down. That's what you'll use to eyeball. You don't want to use, you know, something else on the tree. Just use this as a guide to make sure that's parallel with the side of the card. And now we can adjust our twine still and make it kind of wrap up next to the tree like that. Then we bring our stamps in again, because of course we have stamps that will last forever, like I said. Which one do we want to do this time? Let's do Happy Father's Day. So let's mount that onto our clear block. And Father's Day is going to be closer to the twine, so I want to make sure that I stamp that first, even though it's the, you know, the last part of the actual saying that I want on here. So I'm going to stamp that first just above the twine, and then I'm going to come in and I'm going to put the happy above that. It's kind of like when you do scrapbooking too, you sometimes have to start with the last letter of your word and go the other way. It depends on which way it's getting stamped onto your page. You know what, I have to bring my head in, so hold on a minute. There we go. I think I got it straight. So a very simple card, very easy card, but just know that your stamps will last a long time. You can use them forever. Okay, then the last project, I hope you like that, by the way. There's a simple card. You can use that with your Whisper White or Very Vanilla envelopes that come in your note card kit. The last one is a 3D project. So we're going to bring in our paper trimmer again, and we're going to bring in one of the envelopes. And it doesn't matter which one. I prefer this one for this project. I think it looks better because I want this to kind of look like a lake in the background or whatever. So I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to put the end of the envelope flush against the top of the paper trimmer, and I'm going to score so that, can you see this here? It's going up to the 3/4 inch mark. So I'm going to score on 3 sides. The left side, the right side, and the bottom. So we're just scoring. And I'm pressing pretty firmly, but not too firm because I don't want to cut it. And then I can flip it over this way and do the same score on that side. So now I'm doing the opposite side and I'm scoring it. And then I'm going to bring it so the bottom of my envelope is here, and I'm going to score it again. Now I did a project like this back with the November or October kit. I can't remember which one it is. So if you've been following my paper pumpkin videos that I do each month, you may have already seen a project like this, but this is a super easy project to do with envelopes. Doesn't matter if they're, you know, pretty envelopes like this or just plain envelopes, okay? Now, the score line, you'll notice, presses in one direction. We want to do that score line again on the flip side. So what I want you to do now is you're going to take and you're going to put your paper in this way. So we're using this side, and we want to bring it to that 3/4 inch mark on this side of the trimmer. And you can kind of hold it in place with the top by pressing down onto this clear piece that goes on top. When you just hold it there and it supports it. And then we'll flip it over again and we'll do the same thing. This will just give that score line a nice crease on both sides. And then we want to flip it over this way. Actually, we could do this one this way. There, that's easier. Okay, we've got our creases in place. Now we come in and we use our hands to kind of poof out the envelope. So you're going to bring your hand inside and you're going to press so that you get a little triangle shape at the bottom here. And that's created by this score line and this score line, this score line, and this score line. Do the same thing on the other side, like that. And you'll start to see the score lines poof out and make sort of a little box or a bag. We call this a bag-a-lope. Ah, Christy thought I was doing an album, a mini album. Yes, you can do mini albums with envelopes too. I like that you were guessing though. So now we're going to go ahead and make sure that all these creases are reinforced. A Bag-a-lope, yay! And then you bring your bone folder back in and you hold your bag still on the table and you give it a good crease like this on those two triangular pieces that come out. If you've ever disassembled like a shopping bag, a shopping paper bag, you'll notice that that is the way they are created. They have these little triangular sections. Sometimes, depends on the bag. Okay, now we have to fold it up and we have to bring in another supply, which I listed on that sheet. You want to bring in your glue dots. So you're going to come in. Thank you for sharing and commenting, you guys. Yes, that reminds me again that the more you share and comment that you shared, or the more comments that you make during the broadcast, the greater your chances for winning a prize at the end. Plus, it's fun because I get to know you all. Did you like that, Christy? Bag-a-lope. Yes, it does sound like an animal. Okay, so then you just stick those two. I just put a glue dot on each corner and we have our little bag-a-lope, okay? Then we have to decorate it. So we're gonna bring in, let's see if I can find those pieces. They're kind of scattered. You should see the rest of my desk right now, Christy. Be proud of me. It's messy. All right, here it is. This little tree guy. So we're gonna bring this in and we're gonna put that on with dimensionals. You could put it on flat if you wanted to. If it's flat, then it's more protected. You know, if you're gonna give it to somebody who's maybe gonna stick it next to something else on their shelf, you might wanna have it flat. Because these trees are very detailed at the top and they could get smushed if they're sticking out away from the Bag-a-lope. All right, so now we're gonna stick this on here and it actually fits quite perfectly along the bottom front of this little box here. So we're just gonna stick that right there. And then we'll grab that white banner piece, which I have lost. So hey, let me go back. Oh wait, it's over here. I was gonna go back into my scrapbooking room, or my crafting space again, and find it, but it's right here. Yay! So let's go ahead and do, where's my 2U? Here it is, my 2U stamp. And I think I was gonna do black on this because this is another product that a lot of you might want to have. It's the Memento, Tuxedo Black Memento pad. I do have to go back in here. Hang on, because I have to clean my stamp. There we go. Scrub and dry. All right, so we're using the black. We're pouncing up and down. Now this one is not the same kind of ink pad, so you can pound a little bit harder on this. This is kind of our cloth pad, so you can go ahead and do that. Pound really hard. And then we're gonna go ahead and stamp that down. Let's stamp it kind of off center to the right. And do the same thing where we bend it. Let's move this out of the way. Bend it one way, give it a good crease, bend it the other way. You only have like 1/8 of an inch in there, so it's a little putsy. Those of you that like putsy will love that. And then we're gonna put this up on dimensionals too. Now, what do you put in a bag like this? This was the fun part. I was actually gonna go to the store and I was gonna buy something. And then I found some stuff in my cupboard. Let's see, is that straight? I think so. You know, I could probably wrap this to the back. Let's do that. Let's wrap it to the back. I was gonna cut it off, but I think it's gonna look better if we just wrap it. Oh yeah, that looks so cute. Okay, so now we'll put some snail under here. And we'll bring it around this way and stick it down. Oh, that is so cute. I love that. So what do you put in here? Okay, so if you're somebody who has a strong digestive system, unlike me, you could put taco seasoning. Probably like, you know, a hotter one. I choose mild at our house. And then like some hot sauce or something. Chocolates, that's a great idea, Linda, thank you. You could also put in there your leftover Boy Scout fundraising popcorn bags, We have a lot of those around the house. But that's not fun. So instead, I found some really interesting things, and I get some stuff automatically shipped to me from a store called the Vitamin Shop. But the first time they sent me stuff, they sent me all of these samples of fun things that I have not yet tried. Because I have a sensitive stomach, I have a sensitive body, you know, whatever. So we're going to put some organic elixirs in there, whatever that is. Let's put in some raw organic morningah powder. Whatever. I don't know. I'm just finding all this stuff. This is fluoride-free whitening toothpaste. I think I will try that. And then we have some green juice. And, oh, let's put a Shakeology in there. Let's just see what that looks like. See? Doesn't that look great? So you can give that to the man in your life on Father's Day or whatever. Anyways, just some really simple, outside the box alternate projects. Let me see if I can find that other card somewhere. Here it is. And then I want to tell you that if you are someone who's already getting Paper Pumpkin from your demonstrator, please continue to do that. If you have not gotten Paper Pumpkin kits before and you do have a demonstrator, sign up through your demonstrator. It's always best because then you get all this wonderful, you know, like personal service from them. Oh, fishing lures. I just saw that one. That's good. That's good. I like that, Barb. Or if you don't have a demonstrator and you are new to stamping, new to this and you don't have a demonstrator, then you could choose me. You go to stampyourartout.com, and I have that up on the screen right now, and you can click on Paper Pumpkin and there's a little link for signing up, okay? So then I want to mention that my subscribers, I just want to tell my subscribers this. The rest of you close your ears. But my subscribers are getting a fun little gift this month. You're getting that tree punched out. You're getting some samplers of the Wood Textures paper, some other fun metallic-y things, and a new card base. And then when I do my Paper Pumpkin video that I normally do, I will show you some fun alternates with that. So, okay, I am going to move some things off my screen here because I want to make sure that I am covering everything. Oh, of course, I closed it up. Remember that script that I accidentally shared with you guys at the beginning? So, let's see here. I want to make sure I'm covering everything. Oh, the hint. Next month's kit, the June kit, because those of you that aren't subscribed to Paper Pumpkin, you can't actually get this kit now. You could get a refill, or possibly if it's the full kit's in the online store afterwards, you could get it if you sign up, but more than likely you've missed out on your chance to get this. But that's okay, because every month there's a fun new kit. And the kit that's coming up in June, we actually have a little hint for. And so I want to go to my computer screen now so you can see. It talks about coordination. So when you get your new catalog coming up, whether it's around the corner any minute now, whether you get it from a demonstrator who's handing them out to you now, they are out and about, they're getting mailed, they are going to be available to look at online June 1st. Anyways, the June kit, which you have until June 10th to subscribe for, is going to coordinate with a whole suite of products. Sometimes the image gives you a hint, okay? So I'm just saying. All right, let's go to woobucks.com and let's do a refresh for the post. I think I'll have to sign in again. Yes, I will. And then we will choose a winner. Next week, by the way, let's get this off of there. Next week, by the way, I am going to share again at 2 o'clock. Here, we'll do a refresh here. I'm going to share again at 2 o'clock. And it's going to be new product because we are almost upon June 1st. And you will want to see what I have to share next week. So we have 223 comments. Yay! Keep commenting. I will refresh this one more time before I'm ready to to pick a winner. So comments, telling me that you shared, all that kind of stuff. I want to get to know you, so please comment. It's always fun to be able to read what you comment. All right, here's the refresh, and then we're going to pick 2 winners. What are the prizes, Rachel? Oh my gosh, let's go back to showing the prizes. Okay, hang on. All right, I gotta show those. So, remember I told you that the crumb cake note cards and envelopes are gone? Well, I have a pack of them that have never been opened. So that is one prize, along with a paper pumpkin pen, because we love paper pumpkins, so there's a fun little pen. The other prize is a clear block to add to your collection and a paper pumpkin pen. This time I do not have any cards to give away because my kit, sometimes I have to use up the supplies, and anyways, I can't give a card this time, I'm sorry. But these prizes are still awesome, especially for paper pumpkin people. So hopefully you will get one of those prizes. Here we go. We're gonna refresh the screen again. Okay, here we go. Refresh. We have how many comments? 262. Here we go. Let's pick a winner. Who is our first winner? It's Sandy! Yay, Sandy! Sandy McManus, and a second winner is, who's our second winner? Karen! Karen Bongartz. Yay! Congratulations to both of you guys. I'm so excited for you. Yay! Okay, so Sandy, you'll get to pick between the two prizes, which one you want, and I will send those on their way to you guys in a couple days. So again, join me next week, 2 o'clock Wednesdays, Central Time is what I go by, and it's going to be new stuff. I don't know what yet, but I'm so excited. So we'll see you next week, you guys. Bye-bye.